Hi Fiends, and welcome to the Otmar Snafu Hour. Alpine's recent disaster class handling of their star driver situation should be a lesson to other teams out there, especially ones that are trying to develop a young prodigy to become their team's next star driver. Oscar Piastri has received an enormous amount of investment from Alpine in terms of driver development, and they were right to do so. He has an impressive junior driver record and maybe a generational talent, but they wasted this investment by not committing to him in time. Contrast this to how Red Bull treated Max Verstappen, plucking him straight from Formula 3, causing the whole super license system to exist. But the fact remains that they were demonstrating a commitment to get him into Formula 1. With the quantity of resources that Alpine has dumped into Piastri, you could say that demonstrates their commitment to him. But they also let their option with him lapse by not confirming him by July 31st. And that's when they lost him. Young drivers want to get on the grid more than anything, and if you can't give that to them, you can't expect them to stick around. Couple that with Otmar being at odds with Alpine's current lead driver, Fernando Alonso, and they really screwed up. They felt they held all the cards, aka the unconfirmed race seat, and didn't foresee what would happen if their drivers found drives elsewhere. Sure, F1 seats are in high demand, but a generational talent is something you have to snap up, and other teams have. Leclerc, Russell, Verstappen all had their teams get them drives in Formula 1 and demonstrate a commitment to their young talents. Whereas Alpine couldn't do better than making Piastri a reserve driver. So you can see why he felt slighted when his option was coming up and they let it lapse. And that's where Alpine truly screwed up. With the option expiring July 31st, they should have made sure that if they didn't have Alonso's signature by July 30th, they had Piastri's by July 31st. Then, regardless of what Alonso's camp says, if they don't have a signature on paper by the deadline, they don't have the ability to leave you with a talent gap in your lineup by dilly-dallying past the deadline. And that's exactly what they did. Alonso played some masterful 4D chess by not just leaving Alpine, but also leaving them in a position where they won't be as competitive going forward. And that shows poor management from Alpine. Honestly, I expected better from Otmar. I didn't expect him to butt heads with a talent like Alonso, especially one that's so well loved by the rest of the team reportedly, and I certainly didn't expect him to get played like this. Team principals are supposed to be the crafty ones. They're supposed to be the ones manipulating things behind the scenes to the benefit of their team. And instead, it was Otmar being manipulated. It's too bad because he had a really good card in front of him which he could have used to make sure that he had a top talent alongside Esteban Ocon. And not only did he not use it, he got Uno reverse carded. So let this be a lesson to the other teams out there. If you get your hands on a generational talent, make sure that you snap them up and get them a seat in Formula 1 and don't let that option lapse. Demonstrate a commitment to them so you don't end up losing all of that time and effort that your team invested in them. If you're not already competing for championships, you're better off signing that young talent, getting them into F1, getting them that experience, and demonstrating that commitment, really locking them down so that not only are you showing that the team is committed to them, they in turn feel commitment back to you and the team. Even if they don't have a rookie season as good as Hamilton's, it's always better to play the long-term game than it is to kneecap yourself in the future by chasing short-term success. It's a classic example of the bird in the hand versus two in the bush, and in this situation, by leaving both birds in the bush, Otmar has nothing in hand and has been left out to dry. If you like these videos, please share them with somebody you know who might also enjoy them. Give it a like, that really helps the algorithm to know to show it to more people. And of course, if you want to see more content like this, please subscribe to the channel. My name is Stacey Hewen, and let's be fiends together.